Right now, I feel it's time to exit the norm and experience what seems to be the next generation of escape rooms. With state-of-the-art technology, as well as props and sets straight out of Hollywood, it's no wonder why these guys have such a high reputation. Here in Monterey Park, there's a story that you don't want to miss. So let's go find your escape. Hey guys, welcome back. We are here over at the Exit Games in East LA, Monterey Park to be exact. I am here with Jeff, the owner of Exit Games. Thank you so much for having me, Jeff. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am really, really good. You have an incredible place here. I am in awe of, from lobby, from start to finish, I'm in awe of everything. So I'm just gonna ask you, what did you guys do to become and say, you know what, we wanna own an escape room?
I discovered escape rooms in 2012, way back when they were
Wow, that's a long, that's a long time ago.
They were much newer, they were much simpler, and I wanted them to be more like a video game that I played growing up. The Myst, the Zelda, all the old school games. So when I started designing escape rooms, that's kind of something that I wanted to get into, which is more video game centric style of design. So this is how our business evolved. And then when I started playing them, I also realized how similar they were to corporate team building events. I was at IBM before, and they would send us on these team building events where we would have to interact with our fellow consultants, problem solve. They weren't nearly as fun. They were generally paper and pencil puzzles on tables, but like I said, I wanted to combine the two, the video game world and then the work world, and have a good time in both.
So that's where the engineer background came.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that was actually going to be one of my next questions is what did you do before this? You know, that kind of led you to this. What did you do before? As
an IT guy, did a little bit of coding, a lot of project management, managed projects for IBM, worked at large companies like State of California, Bristol Myers Squibb, Kraft Foods, Disney, NBC Universal. So
big stuff.
Tech guy, and like I said, combine that skill with the escape room, which is one of the reasons that I enjoy escape rooms. When you go to various rooms, yours, other people's rooms, everyone puts their flavor on it.
Right.
Some people are great set designers. Think of Crossroads with Madison. Madison and Luke. They're great set designers, have gorgeous sets. You look at people from the haunt world, like Brian from 60 Out. He's a haunt guy, so his rooms have great immersive experiences via the haunt world. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome. And you put your video game themes into all of your rooms.
Right. I think all IT people, all coders, at some point in college, they dream about making a video game, and I did some stuff in college and never in the real world, never produced a game or anything, so this was my kind of foray into that.
So I'm actually just going to take your lead right now. Tell me about how many games you guys have here at Exit Games.
We have 5 in this store.
Okay.
We've currently got 3 in the other store. The 5 in this store, AI is the room we're standing in. It's artificial intelligence. Everyone knows Jarvis from Iron Man, so we try to replicate that. We try to have a dynamic game that responds to what you do. So if you move a cup in the room, it'll say, "Hey, that's not your cup. Don't touch it." If you haven't found something maybe low, it'll start kind of talking to you and saying, "Hey, humans, you're so short, yet you don't look under things." It's actually a very dynamic game. It can actually add and delete puzzles, change the ending.
Wow.
It modifies to the game itself.
That's very cool. So that's your first room. What is your second room?
The other room, another one of my favorites is Hour to Kill. If you guys play one game here, I do recommend that game. It's all about, what we're trying to simulate in that is the action movie. So it's all about speed and pressure, critical thinking under pressure. Each one of our rooms has this overarching design, and for that one it was, let's replicate a James Bond movie.
Oh, okay.
Right, so laser fields and escape. I don't want to ruin too much, but there's a slide
spoilers,
inside. Yeah, there's a slide inside.
Oh, wow, okay.
Everything that you would think over elaborate death traps, things that you would find in a James Bond movie, we wanted to actually include into the game. Another one of my favorites is a Harry Potter inspired room called School of Sorcery. When we look at the magical world, I mean, what is magic, right? So for somebody like me, it's wand battles, it's talking paintings, it's a really interactive environment that moves and things move on their own as if you were casting a spell. So in that room, there's a dark wizard that you have to battle, and if he's throwing a fireball at you, you've got to learn the ice spell, or maybe it's a water spell or a lightning spell. There's different spells you have to learn, and the room will actually interact with you based on that spell. that's actually a really cool story-based room that we built. Another room that I really like that's really fun is Escape from North Korea, which is the Villain's Lair.
Okay.
So when we were thinking about the Villain's Lair, what did we want? We wanted over-elaborate kind of bad guy's cave. So, to get into his cave, there's a pressure sensor floor that you have to kind of know the right movements.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so each one of these, we do really, really interesting things, I like to think. And then the final game we have is the Lab 51. We wanted to do a traditional, more lock and key kind of escape room, but instead of going from room to room, we wanted the area to get bigger. So that one has the most rooms. It's actually got 8 sections. It's got,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's got an up and down section. It's actually multi-floored. It's kind of a cool setup. Out of all the games I've built, it's probably my favorite level design.
Sure.
So each one of these kind of, like I said, has a talking robot, it's a dynamic game, or we wanted to bring you into the Harry Potter type of world, or possibly the James Bond world. We wanted to say what is the core theme of these elements that we love in movies and books and video games, and then how do we bring it into the X game?
I was going to ask you what's next to come, but I think you just answered.
So we have a third store coming in. We haven't chosen the location. We're thinking Orange County somewhere, but
Excellent.
we haven't decided.
Yeah, we would love to have you in Orange County.
Yeah, and that's one thing I love about the industry. Just meeting the other owners. We tend to send customers everywhere. If anybody goes, oh, what's a good game in Orange County? We'll go, oh, we should go to Fox in the Box, or we should go to Zoe in Orange County, or Crossroads. We're not in competition, which I really enjoy. And
yeah, that's a huge part of it, because it's funny how us owners, like I use this analogy all the time, and it's not like we're a hamburger where you can get us every single day.
Yeah.
Once you play our games, you're done. Like, that's just it. You have to move on. So if we don't connect as a community, then we're doing ourselves an injustice.
You probably experienced it at your store with 5 games
of course,
yourselves.
yeah.
People will burn through your games in a week. I mean, they'll literally come.
Yeah, they will, and then you're done.
Yeah, I've seen people burn through all 5 games in a day. So not usually, but usually 2 or 3 games is pretty common in a single day for us. Once they're done in a week, we have to send them somewhere else.
Right.
It's, it takes us 6 to 9 months to build one of these games, so it's not quick. It's space limited. You've probably experienced this yourself. The building codes in California are very difficult, so to put up a wall is probably going to be a 3 or 4 month process for you guys, right? So,
yes.
Yeah.
So would you say that your location is family friendly?
Oh yes, absolutely. None of our games are 18 and above.
Okay.
We have kids coming all the time, birthday parties, things like that. I don't come from the haunt world. I enjoy them, but it's just never been something that I'm like super knowledgeable about.
Right.
Whereas I spend most of my leisure time playing video games.
Okay.
So
Right.
just where it gravitates towards. We do actually have a horror game designed that we haven't implemented yet, and a zombie game designed that we haven't implemented yet. So hopefully that comes into the third store.
What makes escape games unique?
Sometimes I have 2 design things when I'm designing that I think about. One is what are things that I want to see, right? If I think of an artificial intelligence room, I really want it to be dynamic based on what I'm doing. I don't know, just want it to randomly say things. That doesn't feel like an AI to me.
Yeah.
So this AI, like I said, will automatically, if it sees you struggling, it can give you a hint. If it if it sees you going really fast, it may add harder and harder puzzles. There is a secret Easter egg mode. You guys have to figure out how to unlock it.
That's very cool.
But if you unlock it, instead of just escaping the AI, you actually get a chance to shut her down and reboot her.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
And that's a much cooler ending.
Yeah, yeah. How many people have done that? What percentage of people?
AI is interesting. It's actually our easiest and our hardest game at the same time. It's easiest if the computer tunes it at the easiest mode, at about a 42% pass rate right now. The hardest mode pass rate is only 6%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it can kind of kick
So
back.
is it actually, is it an AI, or are you guys the one that's handling that, or is it actually in your room that kind of states how your players are playing the game?
It could be an AI, so
Could be an AI.
So we may be the next AI company. You'll have to figure out how
That's
that
cool.
technology works.
Okay.
But we actually, as the operators, we just watch it and ensure nothing goes wrong, but in fact it's an autonomous room. It kind of controls itself.
Thank you, Jeff, so much. It was really nice being here. We had a lot of fun, like looking at your lobby. Like I said, from the time that we have entered your escape game lobby to all the rooms that we're seeing, you guys are unbelievable. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you guys so much for watching us. Tune in next time for Find Your Escape again. This is the Exit Games in Monterey Park. Do you have a website or a phone number if anyone wants to contact you guys? I know the links are going to be below, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, come to our website at theexitgame.com.
Perfect. Okay, guys, subscribe again. I really don't know where they put it. Have a wonderful time. Click the button, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time. See you later. Bye. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Over here. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? You got me in the middle.
I got me confused.
Sorry. Okay, what's up?
What can we do?
How far did you guys get in school?
We got to the third room,
Yeah.
finally.
Oh, you got to the third room?
We did.
Nice.
And then time ran out.
It was just you.
No, we should restart the game, right? But now we know exactly what to do. They will look so smart. That was so fun.
Everyone, very exciting.
It's horrible. It's like the worst thing. Where is she?
Going potty. Is she going potty?
Because I got things to do, Amanda.
Right there. We're just gonna close the door and go without her.
Excellent.